High above the castle, Knight Lux stood with his owl perched faithfully on his arm. The bird had just returned with a letter. "What is it?" Lux muttered, breaking the seal. The captain's neat handwriting read, "The captain wishes to drop by and discuss payment for a little while." As the owl affectionately rubbed against him, the onion spirit nearby shrank back, clearly frightened of birds. Lux sighed to himself. "Salary, huh? It would honestly help us a lot. Having a stable income is important." A memory flashed before him. Lady Liana, who had once stormed in, said her piece and disappeared just as quickly. But now, the present demanded his attention. Preparations for winter are endless. I don't have time for all this. Got to repair the castle, check supplies, hire servants. Am I not royalty at this point? He groaned. Damn, if only I had 48 hours in a day. His eyes fell on a wall. Wait, wasn't this collapsed before? From the corner, Princess Cronia peeked shyly at him. Sir Lux, she thought, her gaze soft. Suddenly a loud voice echoed from outside the castle. Excuse me! Lux blinked. Ah, right, the merchant was supposed to come today. He remembered the gemstone he had traded and frowned. He mentioned giving change for it. Just how valuable was it? Turning, Lux called to Cronia, "Let's have the princess join us. Is that okay with you, princess?" Cronia flinched, startled. Ah! Soon after, the merchant arrived and handed Lux the promised change. Both Lux and Cronia asked in unison, "Town market?" "Yes," the merchant replied. "It's happening tomorrow at Yorkberry. Would you like to come?" Cronia tilted her head. "What's a town market?" Lux explained, "It's where many merchants gather to trade goods. They sell everything, food, clothes, general supplies. You can even try all sorts of food." "That sounds like fun," she said with a small smile. "Yeah, it would certainly lift my mood. Let's go for a change of ah!" Lux caught himself thinking, "No, idiot, you need to focus on your duties." "Sir Lux," Cronia called. "Yes, ma'am. I don't want to go to the town market." "Huh?" Lux blinked. "Tasting all those different foods and trading in general? It just sounds awful." Lux froze. "Is she being considerate of me? That's no way for a princess to behave. To think I'd make a princess worry about me. I'm so pathetic." But Cronia straightened her back. "Sir Lux." He nodded. "Let's go. I'm sure you'd also like to see the building materials they have." "Right. Fair point," she agreed quickly. The merchant raised an eyebrow. "House making?" "Ah," the merchant said, "but you'll stand out in that outfit, princess. You'd be better off in something easier to move in." He rustled through his carriage and pulled out fine garments. "I thought this might be the case, so I brought samples of our trendiest clothes. Take a look." Lux scowled. "This damn hustler." Soon, both Lux and Cronia tried on the outfits. "It suits you well," the merchant complimented. Handing over a map, he added, "Here you go, a guide to the town. Sadly, I can't join you tomorrow, but don't worry, they'll have plenty of meat and fish." Lux stiffened. "Fsh!" The merchant grinned. "That's right, people in the royal capital rarely get seafood, but here in the Northern Territories, we have plenty. So, go ahead and knock yourself out. If you insist," Lux muttered reluctantly. The next morning, Princess Cronia was brimming with excitement, dressed up and ready. The onion spirit danced above her as Lux led a horse from the stable. Together, they rode off to Yorkberry. "So this is Yorkberry," Cronia exclaimed as they arrived. Lux listened to the bustling music. "It's lively. Honestly, I thought the northern city would be more in decline." Cronia looked at him curiously. "Sir Lux, do you dislike fish?" "Huh? You made a disgusted face yesterday when the merchant mentioned them." "Ah, yeah," Lux admitted. "The fish I once tried years ago was terrible. The taste, the smell, it was revolting. Ever since, I've hated fish." Cronia's eyes sparkled. "Bad flavor and smell? I want to try some." "As expected of the princess," Lux muttered. They stopped at a stall where fresh shellfish glistened on display. "Is that shellfish?" Cronia asked. "Sure is," the shopkeeper replied. Lux frowned at the twitching creatures. "Is this even edible?" "Of course," the shopkeeper said. "Would you like to try it?" "Huh? Raw?" Lux recoiled, thinking, if it's raw, isn't it still alive? Cronia shrieked. "Ah! Please wait, Lady Cronia." Lux stepped forward. I'll eat it first." The shopkeeper smirked. "Quite the glutton, aren't you?" Lux forced himself to chew the slimy shellfish. "Ugh," he swallowed. "It's good, I guess. The texture isn't great, though." Cronia's face lit up. "Whoa!" She eagerly bit into one. "It's delicious." Lux could only sigh, as expected of the princess. They tried more dishes together, including a perfectly grilled fish. Lux's eyes widened. It doesn't taste like garbage. This is actually good. So delicious, Cronia agreed happily. As they toured the market, the onion fairy tugged at Lux's hair. What is it? Lux asked. The fairy pointed toward a crumbling stone house. Inside, a frail, fading fairy struggled to stand. Are you okay? Cronia rushed over. The old fairy rasped, praying for a big catch. Lux frowned. You like the town market, your house is ruined, and you feel unwell? Don't just give up, princess. If you'd like, we can fix his house. Yes, the fairy whispered. Please, fix it. You sure changed your mind fast? Lux muttered. Do you have the materials? Of course. Cronia smiled. I bought plenty at the market. Lux thought to himself, as expected of the princess. With seashells, wooden wires, and string, Cronia eagerly began. Thank goodness I brought my tools. This is my first town market, my first time trying new foods, but above all, I'm glad Sir Lux is enjoying himself. Lux translated as the old fairy explained, a human who could see fairies built my house 500 years ago by heating clay. Lux blinked. A human 500 years ago was doing the same thing as Princess Cronia. From the shadows, a dark silhouette watched them work. Finally, Cronia finished. All done, she said proudly, revealing a beautiful seashell house. The once dying fairy transformed, glowing brightly as power spread across the market. Both Lux and Cronia stood in awe. Is that his power as a fairy? Cronia whispered. So he was the guardian of the town market all along. Lux murmured, almost innocently. The onion fairy on his shoulder nodded. That's right. Cronia beamed. The town market was really fun, Sir Lux. Let's come back again someday. The fairy, now rejuvenated, tossed them a small gift in gratitude. Outside the castle gates, two suspicious figures stood in hushed conversation. You got it? One asked. We're dealing with a royal princess and her knight, so make sure to give them a proper greeting with a great smile, all right? Practice it a bit. The second man tried, but his attempt at a smile was so stiff it barely moved his face. Are you even trying to move the muscles on your face? The first snapped in frustration. Meanwhile, inside the castle, Lux paced the halls. His eyes narrowed at a wall. What the... I swear there was a hole here, but now it's gone? The knight frowned, thinking hard. The same thing happened the other day. This can't just be my imagination, right? Something strange is happening in this castle. Well, whatever. It's full of fairies to begin with. Walls repairing themselves isn't all that strange. As long as it's not causing problems, I'll just leave it alone. The onion fairy clambered up the window and whispered hurriedly. What's up? Weren't you with the princess? What? Lux blinked, puzzled. In the kitchen, Cronia was lost in thought. I saw something at the town market the other day, she recalled. Her memory replayed. Lux and the shopkeeper had been talking. Sugar is a luxury, so it's hard to find, the merchant had said. I see, Lux replied, but we do have meat and fish pies. Cronia had asked, Are you looking for something, Sir Lux? He had smiled it off. Ah, no, it's fine. Is there something you'd like, Lady Cronia? Back in the present, Cronia pressed a finger to her lips. That's right, Sir Lux was searching for something. At the time, I didn't understand, but it was sugar. He must have wanted it for food, maybe to eat confections. If that's true, then maybe I should try making him something sweet. But I don't know how. I can't afford to waste the ingredients. What a conundrum. Her thoughts were interrupted as Lux entered. Princess. Sir Lux. She startled. Looks like we've got visitors. At the gates, the two men stood nervously. It'll go fine, one reassured the other. I saw them at the market. They seemed like decent people. I'm sure it'll go well. From inside, Lux's voice thundered. Who's there? The man nearly jumped out of his skin. Identify yourselves. If you don't, I'll skewer you with a sword through the door. That's terrifying, the visitor thought, shuddering. He quickly spoke up. My apologies for the sudden visit. I am Mordebrant, the feudal lord of the Northern Territories. The feudal lord? As in, that feudal lord? Lux narrowed his eyes. What business do you have with us? I would like to give you personnel, the man explained. Give personnel. I mean no harm. Please, just hear me out. Lux hesitated. This man... At last, Lux opened the doors. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Lux, Princess Cronia's knight. Ah, nice to meet you, the lord replied with a polite bow. Lux added, we could have prepared a more proper welcome if you'd informed us of your arrival. Mordebrant waved it off. My mistake. I figured coming unannounced was less of a nuisance. Besides, preparing a proper welcome in this dump of a castle would be nearly impossible anyway. Lux twitched. Huh? Who gave you the right to insult the castle like that? Even the onion fairy nodded in agreement with his indignation. Lux steadied himself. Before we continue, I must ask, Lord Mortibrand, you were at the town market the other day, weren't you? The man stiffened. Huh? You were watching Princess Cronia and me from hiding. Oh, so you noticed, the Lord admitted sheepishly. You could have just called out to us. Well, I didn't want to disturb your fun. Sorry. Lux frowned inwardly. Is this Lord the type who overthinks everything? It's true he'd have been in the way, but still. Aloud he said, I let it slide since you didn't seem hostile, but you should be mindful. Such actions can easily be misconstrued. Right, my apologies, Mortibrand muttered. Lux gestured toward Cronia. This is Princess Cronia. Nice to meet you. She greeted brightly. An honor, Princess, the feudal lord replied warmly. I am Mortibrand, Lord of the Northern Territories. He then pointed to the man beside him. And this is Gotha, the personnel I'd like to give you. He's a hopelessly bad chef. Cronia's eyes widened. A chef? Pardon, what did you say? Lux asked flatly. A hopelessly bad chef, Mortibrand repeated. So I didn't mishear, Lux said dryly. And you want us to take him in? That's right, Lux's lips twitched. How pitiful, being called hopelessly bad by your own master. But then Lux noticed the Lord glancing toward the door, toward the guards stationed outside. Is he wary of them? Why? What are his real motives? For now, Lux decided to play along. Still, if he's hopelessly bad, that could be a problem. The Lord, grateful, followed Lux's silent lead. True, but you're so short-staffed, aren't you? Any help is welcome, even if this boy isn't much use. We are short-staffed, yes, Lux admitted. Sir Lux? Cronia whispered. He smiled lightly and motioned for her to stay quiet. His eyes shifted to Gotha, who was awkwardly forcing a smile. Does he mean something different? Is this chef actually talented and the Lord is just hiding it? I don't get it. Finally, Lux nodded. All right, we'll take him in. We can't afford to turn away extra hands. Do you mean it? Mortibrand brightened. Lux turned to Cronia. Is that okay with you, Princess? Yes, she said eagerly, thinking if he's a chef, he could teach me how to make sweets for Sir Lux. Lux thought the same. She looks happy, and food is important. It's one of the joys of life. I was worried she'd get bored of my limited cooking skills. Leaning closer, the Lord whispered, He actually baked that bread I gave you before. Cronia's eyes lit up. Oh, that bread that stays delicious no matter how many days pass? True, Lux agreed. It really does keep well. They go wonderfully with your soups, Sir Lux, Cronia smiled. I like them with melted cheese, he admitted. Thank goodness, Mortibrand said with relief. Come on, Gotha, give him a proper greeting. The young man stiffened, then blurted, I despise nobles. Gotha, the Lord shouted in horror. A flashback flickered across Gotha's mind. He stood among fellow chefs, being praised enthusiastically. Delicious, one exclaimed. Well done, Gotha. Another clapped him on the back. Who would have thought potatoes could taste so good? A third laughed. I didn't know what to do when they asked for something creative to their liking, said the first. But you saved us, Gotha. The young chef flushed modestly. It's all thanks to the head chef and everyone helping me out. Gotha stiffened, blurting out, I despise nobles. Gotha! Mortibrand shouted in horror. Ah! Gotha froze, panic setting in. Shoot, I messed up. I better make something up. He forced a crooked smile. I mean, I like nobles, love them even. Lux raised a brow. Little late for that. What do I do? I'm going to ruin Lord Mortibrand's plan, Gotha thought anxiously. But then Lux surprised him. I get how you feel. Huh? I also despise nobles. The young chef stared, stunned by Lux's words. Do you mind telling us why? The knight asked calmly. Gotha hesitated, then muttered, Nobles mocked my fellow chefs. They belittled our food like it was worthless. I couldn't take it anymore. So I strangled my lord after he threw away a dish. Lux's eyes widened. How are you alive? I was to be punished for lèse majesté, Gotha admitted that, but Lord Mortibrand saved me. I see, Lux murmured. Since then, I've been unable to cook for nobles. If they insulted my food again, it would only cause trouble for the both of you. That's why the Lord says I'm a hopelessly bad chef. In a way, he's right. So please, don't hire me. Lux leaned forward. May I propose? But Cronia interrupted brightly. Okay, Mr. Gotha, I'm hungry. Huh? Gotha blinked. Sorry, Sir Lux, I interrupted you. No problem, Lux said with a faint smile. I was about to say the same thing. I'd also like to try your cooking. Cronia clasped her hands. What do you say, Mr. Gotha? He could if he had ingredients in a kitchen, Mortarbrand added smoothly. Huh? Lux muttered. And I just happened to bring some ingredients. Lux sighed. How convenient of you. Cronia turned back to Gotha. Then, do you agree? The feudal lord gave his chef a serious look. Gotha, can you trust these two? The boy hesitated, then nodded. Lux gestured. I'll show you to the kitchen. Inside, Gotha glanced around. It's well kept, his eyes widened. What are those? Cronia smiled proudly. Preserved food I made for winter. A princess making preserved food with vegetables? Gotha asked, dumbfounded. It's quite fun, Cronia beamed. Do you know about the hierarchy of ingredients? He asked. Yeah, Lux replied. The closer to the sky, the higher the rank. The closer to the ground, the lower. I don't care about that, he added firmly. Health comes first. I love vegetables, Cronia chimed in. Gotha gave a small nod, then turned toward the counter. I'm going to make something now. Could you wait outside? He gathered potatoes, washing them carefully before removing the sprouts. He chopped them, skimmed off the scum, then boiled them until tender. Once drained, he tossed them into a hot pan with oil, frying them until golden and crisp. Potatoes, root vegetables that grow underground, ranked even lower than most others. Nobles hate them most of all. His mind drifted to the past. A noble sneered at the head chef. You used potatoes? Are you trying to make us eat food from underground? Do you not know the hierarchy of ingredients? The head chef stammered. The noble flung the dish to the floor. This garbage is fit for livestock. Besides, aren't these poisonous? They're safe when cooked properly. Don't talk back. Was your intent to poison us? And no, sir. How dare you disgrace me? This will cost you dearly. Please, mercy, the head chef begged. Wait, Gotha had shouted back then, stepping forward. I was the one who suggested this dish. I'll take responsibility. Gotha, the head chef cried. The noble smirked. Oh, then I'll dispose of you instead. Shut your mouth. The man froze. Shut your mouth. Pick up the food you threw away, Gotha snarled. He lifted the noble effortlessly, glaring down at him. That was a dish I made together with my fellow chefs. Apologize to the ingredients, to the food, and to everyone who worked on it. Gotha, stop! The head chef had pleaded desperately. The memory faded. Back in the present, Cronia, Lux, and Mortarbrand waited outside. I'm looking forward to the food, Cronia said with a smile. I wonder what he's making. A guard approached. Lord Mortarbrand, I have routine reports to make, so I shall depart. The replacements have arrived. Ah, very well. Be careful, the Lord nodded. Lux's sharp ears caught every word. Then Gotha appeared, carrying a tray. Thank you for waiting. Here are fried potato wedges. Cronia's eyes lit up. Potatoes? They're root vegetables, like carrots, Lux explained. Please use your hands to eat, Gotha urged. Thanks for the food. Both Lux and Cronia said cheerfully. As they dug in, Gotha held his breath, then relaxed when he saw their delighted faces. Potatoes, oil, and salt? Lesh, what a perfect match, Lux said in awe. I never would have thought of this. Cronia licked her fingers. I finished before I even realized it. Mr. Gotha, if you came to work for us, could we eat this every day? The boy's chest warmed. Huh? He remembered the past, asking his master for release. Lord Mortarbrand, please fire me. What? You want to quit being a chef? I don't know. You can cook freely at my place, the Lord told him. No need to worry about hierarchies of ingredients. I'm sorry, Gotha whispered. Mortarbrand frowned, then smirked. Well then, how about this? A royal princess and her knight have started living in an old castle nearby. I hear they're rather eccentric, so why not try your hand there? The memory faded, back to the present. After the meal, Cronia smiled warmly. Mr. Gotha, thank you for the delicious food. The young chef hesitated, his mind racing, before finally blurting out, Lord Lux, Lady Cronia, would you let me work here? Lux and Cronia exchanged smiles. Then Cronia leaned forward eagerly. Mr. Gotha, I know this is sudden, but could you teach me how to make sweets? Sweets? Gotha and Lux both blinked in confusion. As in confections? Gotha asked. Yes. Cronia nodded, eyes shining. Do you have a recipe? Yeah, he admitted. Lux tilted his head. Why sweets all of a sudden? But Gotha scratched his cheek nervously. Master, being alone in the kitchen with your wife is kind of... Ham? Lux snapped. Gotha, come here a second, Lux muttered. Yes? The princess and I aren't married, Lux corrected firmly. We're knight and princess, not husband and wife. Oh, so you haven't tied the knot yet. My apologies, Gotha said innocently. Lux grimaced. Gah! Well, whatever. Don't worry about it. His heart pounded in his chest. I managed to clear up the misunderstanding without looking flustered. The princess didn't react to being called my wife. No, she definitely noticed. Before Lux could dwell on it, Mordebrand approached. Lux, mind coming along as a bodyguard? Huh? Err. The little onion fairy tugged at him, chirping. Lux glanced down. What, you want to come along too? The tiny spirit hopped onto Cronia's shoulder, joining her in the kitchen. Man, I'm glad everything worked out, Mordebrand said with relief. Lux narrowed his eyes. So? What? We've helped each other quite a bit, haven't we? How about some answers? Why were you wary of those guards who just left? Why did you introduce Gotha as a terrible chef? And why bring him here in the first place? Mordebrand chuckled. You're very perceptive, Lux. Praise won't get you anywhere. Ha! The Lord laughed. It was all to fool the queen. I brought Gotha because I believed he could help the princess. But when it was decided she would come to the Northern Territories, I was ordered not to help her. That's why, though it looked like I was pestering her, I could only give her the bare minimum: bread, firewood. I'm sorry. And those guards earlier, they were sent from the capital. I don't know if they were here for surveillance, but I had to play my part. So I called Gotha a hopeless chef. To their eyes, I was harassing you by handing over someone incompetent. Do you see now? Lux's gaze sharpened. So, did you bring Gotha purely out of pity for the princess? That's part of it, Mordebrand admitted. But his genius in the kitchen is undeniable, don't you think? Now you're singing his praises? I didn't want him to stop cooking, the Lord said earnestly. And I wanted him to stay here. Food grows scarce in the north when winter comes. In such times, Gotha's unconventional approach could solve problems. Snow should have fallen by now, but this year it's late. Lux studied him closely. I see, but why tell me all this? Because you're on the princess's side, aren't you? You're quite different from the impression I had when we first met, Lux remarked. Cunning, calculating. Does that mean you don't trust me? No. If anything, I like people like you. The feudal lord's heart skipped a beat. Please don't do that, Lux muttered flatly. Anyway, Mordebrand smiled. We're partners now. I look forward to working with you. Likewise. But inwardly, Lux's thoughts grew heavy. Now I know. The queen truly despises the princess. What's the best way to protect her? Meanwhile in the kitchen, Cronia and Gotha worked together. Whoa, they came out beautifully. Cronia clapped her hands. All right, let's start assembling them. Assembling? Gotha thought nervously. They prepared mint, cookie walls, egg whites, powdered sugar, and lemon juice, mixing the icing and filling piping bags. Piece by piece, they built it. Soon Lux and Mordebrand entered, drawn by the sweet aroma. That smells wonderful, Mordebrand said. Sir Lux, Lord Mordebrand, Cronia beamed. I finished it thanks to Mr. Gotha's help. On the table stood a beautifully crafted gingerbread house, complete with a decorated interior. Oh, well done, Lux said in awe. The other day at the market you were looking for something sweet, weren't you, Sir Lux? Huh? Lux blinked. So this house is for me? Yes, Lux stiffened. At the town market, he recalled the moment. In truth, I was searching for sweets for her, but I'll keep that to myself. Thank you, princess. I'm grateful for your kindness. Cronia's face lit up in a smile. But, princess, Lux hesitated, stealthily gazing at the gingerbread. This house is so well made, it'd be a shame to eat it. But it was made for eating, Cronia insisted. Princess, Lux's chest tightened. I've been thinking, shall we get engaged? Cronia froze, her cheeks bursting red. Huh? Lux immediately turned scarlet as well. Shoot! I said it like, shall we eat, without thinking about time or place. Congratulations, Mordebrand cheered. Me and my big mouth, Lux screamed inside.